Hey, I'm Stephanie with the Crazy Bangs, and I am going to talk to you about why you should not be afraid of essential oils. I'm going to give you one reason why you should not be afraid of essential oils, and then I'm going to tell you more about that. And we'll talk more about this in upcoming videos. You should not be afraid of essential oils because you are probably not afraid of fragrance. Well, what is fragrance? Fragrance is often listed as parfum, P-A-R-F-U-M, or perfume. Fragrance is defined by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration as a combination of chemicals that give a perfume or cologne its distinct scent. Fragrance ingredients may be derived from petroleum or natural raw materials. Companies that manufacture perfume or cologne purchase fragrance mixtures from fragrance houses that specialize and develop these scents to create proprietary blends. In addition to scent, these can also contain solvent stabilizers, UV absorbers, preservatives, and dyes. The International Fragrance Association lists 3,059 materials that are used as fragrance compounds. Of these 3,059, some have evidence linking them to health effects, including cancer, reproductive toxicity, allergies, and sensitivities. In 2016, a study assessed self-reported health effects from fragrance. This was a random sampling and found that 99% of people who self-reported experienced exposure at least once a week from fragrance. I'm going to pop over to a different web browser from the American Academy of Dermatology, and they say the Academy believes that consumers should be provided with all of the product information they need to make the best choices for their health. The addition of fragrance to a product, whether to enhance the appeal of a product or to mask an unappealing odor that exists because of the product, creates an avoidable risk of irritant or allergic reaction to fragrance-sensitive persons. The absence of identifying common allergens is often advised by dermatologists, and this actually happens in OTC products as well, but people are unable to do that because most companies do not disclose what is in fragrance. It could be one chemical, it could be up to thousands. It is very commonly over 100 ingredients used to make a fragrance. So if you are buying a lotion and it says fragrance, and you're like good with that, and you just put it on your body, you put it on your kids, you put it on your baby, and you're afraid of essential oils, then it's just like a logical fallacy. It's like whatever you believe about guns, like that opinion is not important to this conversation. But your child is less safe in a house or backyard that has a pool than in a house that has a gun. Like statistically, the pool is more dangerous and more risk to your child. Do both have risk? Possibly. Right? Possibly, totally possible. But statistically, the pool is much more likely to end your child's life than the gun is. And so, like, as humans, we're just not good assessors of risk. And what I'm trying to present to you here is that there are not agencies that are protecting us from what is in our lotion, what is in our child's shampoo, what is in our child's, like, Tangle hairspray, what's in our child's sunscreen. Like, nobody is protecting you. Nobody is protecting me. Nobody is protecting your child. And so there are so many different ways, and I talk about this in my class that I did last week, but I just want to talk about fragrance because fragrance, like sense of smell, guys, that is how they hook us. Like when we have an exposure to an aroma that we like, it triggers a memory, or it might even just create that new memory in that moment. And then we have this positive feeling about it. Obviously, the converse can be true. You can smell something and have like a negative emotional experience and like run from that aroma whenever you can. But these companies know what they're doing. They know that scent triggers emotion. And when you have like positive emotion, like that is like buy-in, right? That's creating a loyal customer. But they're not telling you what's in there. You don't know what's in that fragrance. And at the very least, the, what is it called? The American, I don't want to say it wrong. American Academy of Dermatology says companies should voluntarily disclose, but the government does not make them. And because they are not compelled to, very few of them do. And then in this fragrance, just more details about fragrance, acetaldehyde affects the kidneys and the reproductive organs, the nervous system, and the respiratory system. It's listed in California's Proposition 65, as I know many things are, and there's the whole joke that everything in California causes cancer. Benzophenone is linked to endocrine, which means hormones, disruption, and organ system toxicity. Experimental studies suggest that it can create several kinds of tumors. And it also has like other things that fall under it. So like BP1, BP3, those are benzophenone. Vulnerable populations from those two chemicals, which are inside a fragrance, it will not be listed as those, almost never listed as those. All people are vulnerable populations to these chemicals, especially pregnant women and infants. So I'm not saying this to make you feel bad. I'm not saying this to like cause guilt or anything like that. I'm telling you because you probably don't know. And I find it super sad as a person who uses essential oils and sees incredible benefits in my health, in my children's health, in my mood. It's really sad to me that people are slathering lotions and sunscreens and makeup. Well, probably not putting makeup on your kids, but sometimes, right? I mean, that's a whole nother can of worms that we can open. But lotions and baby massage oils and shampoos, and they don't even know that the fragrance, just the one ingredient, not even the whole other list, the fragrance is damaging to them. The fragrance is using chemicals that have been not tested for safety before they're used. So I just want to offer that to you as like not guilt, not shame, not fear, but freedom to open your mind to the possibility that essential oils that have been tested and are shown to be safe might be a better solution to your fragrance problems. But also, like, please read your labels. When I was at Cracker Barrel yesterday for Father's Day, we were looking at stuff and it was like, oh, look at this cool foamy slip inside. Wouldn't that be so fun? And I think we had just watched the Yes Day movie the day before, so big bubbles were on our mind. And I flipped it over and I posted the picture, and the second ingredient was butane, and the fourth was propane, and the third was like some form of butane. And then there were a whole bunch of other things, and it was marketed as clean, fun, and real soap. Does your soap have butane in it? If it does, please throw it away. I want you to know that you can have freedom to not be afraid of essential oils because you're already slathering your stuff with your body with stuff we know to be dangerous. And I just want you to know that fragrance, guys, it's not good for your health. Now, if you go and buy a product and it says that it has essential oils in it and you put it back on the shelf because you're scared, that literally makes no sense. And when you do see a product that has essential oils put in it as the fragrancing agents, like, that is truth in labeling, and that is the company honestly disclosing what they're putting in there. And if you can go and buy something that has fragrance without doing the homework on it, then you probably can go buy something with essential oils without doing the homework on it. So again, I want to have good feelings, but I want you to know the truth. Fragrance is dangerous to your health. Fragrance is dangerous to the baby that's growing inside of you or may grow inside of you. It's dangerous to the eggs that are inside your daughters right now. It is dangerous. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. It's not tested, and it's up to you to do your homework. It's up to you to make informed choices as a consumer. And whatever you believe about capitalism, I personally don't care. But the truth is that where you put your money, like, then that's the direction that the market moves in, okay? Jeff Bezos bought Whole Foods because people are moving in this natural direction, and people are moving in it for very many reasons. I'm not going to go into that. But spend your money with companies that are honest. So I guess I'm going to go on to another tangent here, but this whole fragrance thing is very upsetting to me, and you should watch the documentary Stink to get more details. But when you buy, let's say, store brand lotion that has fragrance in it, that money, right, goes to the retailer, some of that money goes to the company, and that company pays lobbyists to prevent truth in labeling. End of story. That's how it works. So if you want to keep putting your money into the wheelhouse that is preventing you from knowing the truth about what's assists in there with preventing families with children who have allergies from knowing what's in Axe body spray, then you can go ahead and participate in it. Or you can freely choose to buy from a company that is honest, to buy from a company that is transparent, to buy from a company that does multiple testing and third-party testing. Or you can do whatever you want. Now you have more information. I love you, and I want the best for you and your kids and the grandkids in the future, because I believe that it's totally possible to live a healthier lifestyle, and so much of it is related to what we put on our skin. See you later.